Good afternoon, folks, or good morning, or wherever you are. This is Phineas Luthier, Alabama, Aloysius, Entwistle, Jones' son. And this is a 1965 Deluxe Reverb that was brought to me. And I'm going to document some of the problems and the fixes. It just doesn't sound at all right. It's got, put it on 10, it sounds like a normal Deluxe would be on about 2. The story was the lady bought this secondhand in 1966, and she's had it since then. She passed away and left it to her son about 10 years ago, and it's just been sitting ever since. She wasn't a gigging musician, so it's really seen light wear. So I'm going to just kind of go over every square inch of it. Yep, so it's the Fender Musical, so it's probably anywhere between a 65 and a 67. It's kind of pretty dirty. Got the proverbial flapping away. The grill cloth is actually not too bad. It's just a little dirty. It's got some nastiness there. We're going to have to see what we can do about that. This guy got a screw flapping in the breeze here. Sugar, come here. Come on over here. Come here, Sugar. This is Sugar. She's my assistant. And she's already given this the famous sniff test learned from Uncle Doug's dogs and cats. What do you think, Sugar? What do you think? You think you can fix that? Huh? Think you can fix that? Yeah, I think she can fix it. Let's set it down here and see if she feels like sniffing it at all. She's already sniffed through it. Good girl. Looking at the back of it. Let's see. So, yeah, it's missing a couple of screws here. Looks like somebody's been chewing on it. There's a bag of goodies in here. I don't know what. Let's see what we got here. Got a 5U4. Wrong tube for that. Got an assortment of tubes. This looks like a an RCA. It's an RCA. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty indistinguishable. This is an interesting tube. The famous AKG flux capacitor tube. That's in the baggie. Some kind of brace. Okay, we got a nice RCA smoked glass 6V6. Who knows about that one? It's an RCA. We got a Amperex, nice. That looks like a an Amperex. I think it's a 12AT7. Amperex 12AT7. We got some 3 amp fuses. Wrong for this, but still a nice thing to have. Going back here, we got another indistinguishable Oh, it's a 12 AU7, made in the USA. Not even used in this amp. Let's see, we got another USA tube. 12 AU7. And looks like the reverb, if I remember correctly, the reverb, that may be the only thing wrong here. The reverb is plugged in the wrong way, it looks like. If I remember, right is red on these. Speakers unplugged. Let's see. Now this is this rat's nest here. Oh, this is a wrong for this, but a nice little foot switch for something. So we're just gonna dismantle that because that's not right for this amp anyway. So let's get this out of here. Nice rat's nest. Excellent. We got the Fender speaker jack. This, of course, the infamous that plug looks really, really safe to use. I'm sure the Underwriters Laboratories would approve of that, so that's got to be replaced. Looks like you got the wrong fuse cap here. That looks like a new fuse cap. So, and it's pretty filthy in there. That's the original speaker. It's a 1965. I believe that's an Oxford. I don't know if you can see that. That's, I believe, a 465543. So I think it's the 43rd week of 65. So that would be the original speaker. Here's your tube chart. So yeah, I'm going to pull this apart and see what we have here. I'm going to pull the back cover off and see what kind of tubes we got in here and give them a test. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. Let's hope that whoever had this didn't, let's hope that inside is pretty much unmolested, but we'll see. Alrighty. I'm going to just pull the back off here, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so looking inside here. Nice, all the tube shields are good. Here's another shot of that speaker. Yeah, 465. This looks original. It looks like there's only been dust mice in here. Fortunately, there haven't been any, there's no signs of any rodents. It just looks like it's been sitting for a long time. So let's see what we got here for tubes. Pull all the tube shields off. Let's get that out of there. Get the tube shields off and see what we got here. Looks, I hate to say it, but it looks like these are all original tubes as far as I can tell. What do we got here? So let's see. Yeah, we got a nice GE 12AX7 and this one looks like it's in the wrong spot. That's a GE 12AT7. So who knows? This one should be a 12AT, and it looks like it's a this one. Can't even see anything on that one that I can see. And maybe we'll have to do the old freezer trick. Oh no, there it's a 12A. That's a 12AX7, so that's in the wrong spot. This next one should be a 7025, and that's what it is. 12AX7. It's a tongue saw. Very nice. Tongue saw tube. Tell you, I don't have much luck, I'll be honest with you, with tongue saw, old tongue saw tubes. People rave about them, but I've found several over the past couple years, and they all come up bad on my tester, so I don't know. I don't have much hope for that one. These GEs are super nice. This next one is a, should be a 12AX, I believe. And yes, that's a nice 12AX GE. Very nice. And this should be a 12AT, I believe. It's the phase inverter too. Let's see what that is. Looks like that is a 12 of Great Britain. That's a GE from Great Britain. No, I'm guessing that is a Mullard. And it's a 12AT7. So that's a sweetie. Hopefully some of these will test out nice on my Hickok tube tester. And here we have a, looks like it's seen better days. It's a nice 6V6 RCA. Some of these are some of my favorite power tubes. These 6V6s are really sweet. And what do we got here? This is a, looks like a National, made in USA. I guess this sure looks like an RCA to me, but hey, what do I know? I'm just chopped liver over here. So yeah, so that's a nice one. We'll have to. And then this should be a 5AR4. Let's see. Hopefully that's what that is. Oh, it's a 5U4. Darn it. I mean, it'll work in here, but it's not exactly the preferred. The current is different on these, I believe. Anyways, let's see if we can get a shot of the transformers. Darn it, that's the correct transformer. I just can't seem to have any luck these days. And that looks like rats. That's the right transformer too. So the power and what's this little guy up here? That's your little choke there. I don't know if you can see that, but darn it, that looks like the right transformer too. How about the reverb transformer? I'm having an incredible run of luck. All bad. They're all original. Okay, looks like, oh, and there's the reverb thing over there, the holder. So, and let's get a closer look. Here's your reverb tank. And, man, I'll tell you, aside from the dirt, it looks all original. Okay, so let's pop it open and come back and see what's inside here. I got my fingers crossed that I'm going to see nothing but blue in there. Alrighty. Okay, well, here I am back, and unfortunately all the screws and everything were there and seemed to be original. And I'll tell you, if this doesn't titillate your sensibilities, how about this? This is completely unmolested and all original since the day it left the factory. As far as I can see, this is completely, I don't see anything that's been changed or touched here to my jaundiced, jaded eye. There's your bias board over here. Your transformer, your power transformer. Even that, I thought that cord might not be original, but That looks like original UL approved, of course. Wiring there. I did see one thing here that might be your problem. Looks like that resistor is cooked pretty good. The other one looks okay, but those are going to have to be replaced. Both of those, I think. Geez. See what else we see here. I mean, that is some really clean, nice work right there. You know, normally I would change out these electrolytics. However, let's see if we can get a better light on these. Jeez. Sorry. I don't see any bubbles coming out of those. Well, I take that back. Yeah, there's a couple little bubbles there. I don't know if you can see them in the camera, but they look like they're getting ready to go. The bias board, it doesn't look as bad. So, yeah, here's all your beautiful pots, all nicely done. I tell you, spectacular. Yep, looks like a really good one. Let's pop the. Take a look below decks and see what we see. Okay, so yeah, I got the proverbial doghouse off. So we can check out the quality of these original electrolytics. They look like the original, that's for sure. They're the 16 U at microfarad at 450 volts. Take a look at that. I'd say that one is failing or failed. Looks like the resistors are probably going to be replaced. They look a little baked, but maybe not. I'm going to try and leave the leads on here. I saw another fellow that was restoring one of these, and he was cutting the lead short and putting a loop in there so he didn't disturb the old solder joints. I kind of like that idea. So anyways, moving onward. Here's the original reverb transformer. Yeah, so that would be 1966. Fourth week of 66. So this was put out early 66 possibly. Here's your output transformer. That's 52nd week of 65. Here's the power transformer, 48th week of 65. And the little filter choke, 48th week of 65. So this is late 65, 1966. And I'll tell you, I've had quite a few deluxe reverbs, and the best sounding one I ever had was a 66. So I have good hopes for this one. Just another quick scan of the electronics in here. I did notice one thing that was not original. Got this little cap they tacked in here. Looks like the right value, 25 at 25. But I'm going to put some high quality sprays in here. So yeah, this is all in all pretty nice. Nice, the transformers there, all the wiring, very, very nice. And yeah, there's a, that number there says 66, and this is probably the last stamp before it goes out. So yeah, so this is a 66 Deluxe, I would have to say, rather than a 65, even though the transformers were made late 65. There was some crackling when I was plugged into this with the input jack, so we'll have to give that a listen once we get everything up and running. So I'm going to go ahead and order the cap kit for this and get rid of all the electrolytics. I'll sell them on eBay to some unsuspecting Fender vintage Nazi. All right, so there you go. Okay, here's a progress report on this 66 Deluxe Reverb amp. So I put a three-way grounded cord in here. I grounded it to the transformer. And then they had the black going to the wrong place here. So I put the black in the correct small slot on the courtesy plug. That blue wire is the black. It goes up under here. Goes up under here and goes over to the fuse. Well, sorry, first it goes to the switch. Then it goes over to the fuse, and then from the center of the fuse, it goes back over to the primary of the transformer. The white just goes to the large slot on the courtesy plug, and then directly to the transformer, the power transformer. I replaced those fried resistors in the 6V6s. I put some nice 3 watt 470 ohms there, and also a 1.5K in there. They weren't really out of spec, but you know, as long as I was in there, they got cooked pretty good. And I bypassed the polarity switch, and the death cap is still in there, but it's no longer doing anything except look pretty. So that's it for now. Again, well, a quick shot here. Got the caps on order, and I'm cleaning up the cabinet as we speak. Well, we got more good news. The speaker 465 545 43rd week, 543 43rd week, 1965 Oxford speaker. Kind of unusual, but unfortunately the speaker is perfect. Again, it makes sense according to the story. The lady that owned this thing since 1965 was not a gigging musician. I did a light dope little trick I learned from Uncle Doug. Light doping around the edges with some contact cement. I'll tell you, it doesn't get any better than that. That speaker's amazingly perfect. Here's a shot of the Reverb Tank. There's the number there. I checked the resistance on both of these wires, and it appears, I believe, this reverb tank is in good working order. And here's the really great thing that I love about Leo Fender. Look what he used to cover that up. Looks like some kind of fruit or vegetable crate that he used. I'm not going to pull those staples out of there. He's got some screws holding it together. I don't think I'm going to pull that out. All I'm going to do is glue that back down, that little rubber sticky thing, and plug it in. According to my ohm meter, one of them reads about 2 ohms and the other's 100 and something. So I'm guessing, until I hear otherwise, that this reverb tank is good and it was just plugged in backwards. Here's the bag. The bottom of the bag is in beautiful shape. The top of it, I'm going to clean that up with some of my trusty Gibson guitar polish. Seems to be clean pretty good. So yeah, get back to it. Well, all right. Here's my package from CE Distribution, and we're going to see if Sugar wants to give that pack. Go ahead. She wants to give that package the sniff test, aided by her favorite cookie. What do you think, Sugar? Get it. Go ahead, give it a sniff. She's checking it out. It's okay, Sugar. You can have it. Go ahead. Don't you want that? She really doesn't like boxes, but she's going to get it. Get it, Sugar. It's okay. You don't want to get that? It's right there. She hates boxes, but I guess... Okay. And that's all she wants to have to do with the box. Okay. And here's the cap kit from CE Distribution. We got, I went with premium caps. This thing is such a nice amp that I thought premium caps were justified. We got your Sprague Adams 516 UF at 475 volts. We got 2, 4, 6. We got 7 bypass caps. Yeah, check that out. Geez, it doesn't want to focus. Anyways, those are your nice bypass caps. 25 at 25, and we got another one. This is a 25 at 50 for the bias filtering of the bias voltage. So yeah, I know what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days is getting this stuff wired in. So stay tuned. We'll probably be doing a sound test pretty soon. What do you think, Sugar? What do you think? Huh? You like those caps? She's going to give them a little sniff test just to see what's up with them. See if they pass. Yep, looks like they're okay. No, she's not quite sure. Okay, yeah. She learned this from watching Uncle Doug's videos with old Rusty. Rusty did a sniff test like no other. And Sugar is Rusty's humble apprentice in that way, I expect. All right, onward. Okay, I've got the new Electrolytic installed under the doghouse here. I recently saw this on a video somewhere. I think it was Granville Guitars. Thanks for the tip. I liked it. I measured these 10K resistors. They were almost right on. One was 101, one was 107. So I left the old solder undisturbed on both sides. Yeah, you can't really see that, but there you go. Sorry about the lighting here. I'm in very primitive conditions here. Anyways, that's looking good. Okay, here's a little progress report. I've got all the bypass caps back in here. I checked some, and when I was checking the resistors as I went, I had to replace that one right there. That was supposed to be 1500 ohms. It was at about 3000. Checked all these others. These were all well within spec. Over here, where someone had replaced the cap, there was a wrong cap in there. The schematic calls for a 56K. There was a 100K in there. It looked original. I don't know. Anyways, I pulled it out of there and put a 56K in there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what's what with that one right there. Let's see, can you see it? Yeah. So I put a 56K in there. The rest of the resistors all seem to be well within spec all the way across the board. So now I'm going to replace that. And then I'm going to fire this beast up. See what happens. Okay, got the cap wired into the bias board. And let's see if you can see that. Sorry. There's a ground off right there. And that was going to that wrong 100K resistor there. When I first plugged this in, there was a lot of crackling going on, and I'm wondering if that was part of it. But anyways, we'll see. It plugged in to my current limiter, courtesy of Uncle Doug's video, and I'm checking the voltage on the last two tubes. Sorry, the last two filament wires, the last tube, and the reading is good. 3.2. Nice. Okay. Then I'm going to check the 5 volt on the AC. Sorry, on the rectifier. Check the AC there. 5.4 there, very nice. Going for the high voltage AC now on the pin 4 and 6. Looks like we got 345 there on either one. Nice. Looks like the voltages are good so far. Okay, I'm going to, I'm going to check the, going to install the rectifier tube now. Okay, I'm not a big fan of JJ rectifiers. I've had several fry on me. So, so we're going to check pin 2 to ground on the rectifier now. Yes. 468 from pin 2 to ground on that rectifier. So everything's looking good. I'm going to install all the tubes now and hook up the speaker. Okay, although I'm not a huge fan of this bias meter, We got plate voltage of 405, idling current 19 and 20. We got 7.6 and 8 watts on those 6V6s. I'm going to leave it right like that. Man, I just plugged that in. And I put a match set of new old stock 6V6s in there. Got modern tubes in the preamp section and also the rectifier. So I'm just going to put this thing together. I did notice there's a little crackle over there. Now I'm going to clean that up. Probably nothing. And then I'm going to detail all the knobs and put it back together. But this sucker looks good. This is going to be before and after the front panel. It looks like it's just been sitting in somebody's garage for the last 20 years. Oh wait, it has. So I'm going to clean that and wax it. See what it looks like after that. Okay, before I throw this back in the cabinet, I'm going to do a quick overview of what I did. Cleaned and waxed and detailed the knobs in the front panel. Very nice. Put a three-way cable, wired the courtesy jack and the fuse and the switches. Got rid of the polarity jack and the infamous death cap. Replaced those two pairs, the two pair of resistors on the 6V6s. They were pretty cooked and old. Let's see, what else? That's pretty much it for the power supply, except, yes, I did replace the cap in the bias supply. Okay. Let's see, what else? Sorry for the camera work. Completely replaced all the bypass caps, and replaced a couple of resistors. Let's see, I think which one was it? Yeah, it was the that 56K that was in the wrong. There was a 100K in there. Replaced that resistor. Also replaced that resistor. That was a wrong value. And that's about it. Time to fire it into the cabinet and throw it into the cabinet, that is, and turn it on. I didn't check the tremolo or the reverb yet, so I'm going to kind of get it up and running in the cabinet and check that out. I thought, what the heck, maybe I should test that tremolo before I put the amp together, and lo and behold, the tremolo was not working. I had to replace that little guy right there. That's a 10 meg resistor going to that photo resistor and to the 12AX7. Yeah, it was way out. It was like 20 megs. And that was probably what was doing it. I cleaned up these tremolo. When I short out the pedal, the tremolo works. But the pedal that I actually had a pedal kicking around that I'm going to fix up and go with this amp. And the pedal is not working, so I'm going to have to take it apart. It seems to be shorted out. So I'll get that going. We'll have a nice pedal. Meanwhile, you can get this to work by just shorting that switch out with an alligator clip. That vibrato pedal switch there. So, okay, putting it together now. Okay, here's the first sound check of the mighty 66 Deluxe Reverb. I'm in the vibrato channel. I got the volume at 3, treble at 5, and the bass at 5. I got the reverb and intensity and tremolo off. So. good. Here's the same settings with the reverb on 4. Here's the tremolo. The intensity's on 10, speed's on about 2. Reverb on 10, tremolo about halfway up. Good gravy. Here's the BB King setting. That's with the volume on 10, treble on 10, bass on 10, and the effects off. Here's a normal channel up to about 6, treble and bass on 10. Nice. Okay, I've been trying to get Sugar to come out of her shell, and she's agreed to do just a little bit for you. She's real shy, but she agreed to do just a little bit of just something for you. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps.